Hello and welcome to another edition of Chip Shots. Hope everybody had a good week out there and a happy belated July 4th holiday weekend. Hope everybody had a safe holiday weekend, got out and played some golf. We are getting some nice warm July weather, so if you do go play in the heat, remember to stay hydrated, bring some sunscreen with you, and watch out for thunder showers, and use that umbrella too. You know, a lot of people have the push carts and the pull carts, and they have the umbrella in the golf bag, but they don't realize that they can use it in between shots to keep the rays of the sun off of them. So use that as a precautionary method, and have some fun with your friend and stay hydrated. That's the big thing. Well, the PGA had another exciting week as we went into extra holes again to determine a winner, and that winner was, that's not him. Let's see if we can find him. If you're watching the video, there he is. Cam Davis won his maiden PGA Tour title after coming through a lengthy playoff to win the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Joaquin Niemann, Cam Davis, and Troy Merritt went 5 holes deep on Sunday at the Detroit Golf Club. Niemann unfortunately left early after making bogey at the first hole, the par 4 18th, as Davis and Merritt both made par. Davis was lucky to be in the playoff as he made an eagle at the 71st hole in regulation when he holed out from a greenside bunker. He finished with another 3 to shoot 31 on the back, and that includes a bogey. But he sneaked into the extra holes with Merritt and Niemann. After Niemann's exit, Davis and Merritt went to the par 3 15th hole. They both made pars and then did so again at the next. After birdies on 14, they returned to the par 3 15th. Davis, who had played much better than Merritt did in the extra holes, finally won the tournament when Merritt missed his putt on that 15th. So Merritt had chipped. His chip was short and missed about a 5-footer, 6-footer maybe for his par. And Davis had already parred out in the hole, so he became the champion of the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Sweden's Alex Noren finished a shot off the pace in a tie for 4th after matching the round of the day with an 8 under 64, with Hank Biota also on 17 under after failing to get a birdie over his last 5 holes. Bubba Watson jumped into a tie for 6th alongside Brandon Hagee thanks to a final round 64, while Ireland's Seamus Power caught a bogey-free 67 to end the week in a share of the 8th spot. So congratulations, Cam Davis and all those guys on their top 10, and Cam Davis grabs his first PGA Tour victory. Winner for the first time also on the Champions Tour, as Cameron Beckman went 4 under on Sunday to finish the tournament at 12 under, enough to secure the 2021 Dick's Sporting Goods Open title. Beckman began Sunday on a positive note with 3 birdies in his first 6 holes before finishing out the front 9 with 2 bogeys to bring him back to earth a little bit. He came surging into the back 9, though, at one point holding 5 birdies in a row. This is Beckman's first year on the PGA Tour Champions circuit and is currently 65th in the Champions Tour standings. So Beckman wasn't exactly a favorite to win, but a consistent performance landed him the trophy. Ernie Els, who had entered the Sunday at the top of the leaderboard at 11 under par and leading by 3 strokes, went -1 on the front 9 and +1 on the back 9 to end the day treading water and the tournament at 11 under par for a second place finish. Els was a player many had their eyes on, as it was his first visit to an Enjol golf course as a member of the Champions Tour. So congratulations go out to Cameron Beckman, bringing home his first title. Not a first title for Jin Young Choi. She's been around, but her first victory since losing her number 1 ranking, as she shot a 2 under 69 and got a one-shot victory Sunday in the Volunteers of America Classic. And as I said, that was her first start since losing the number 1 world ranking. Choi sank her shoulders when she made her putt from just outside 3 feet on the final hole, holding off Matilda Castrin of Finland, who also shot a 69. South Korean star won for the first time this year, and the timing couldn't have been better. She had held the number 1 ranking for nearly 2 years until Nelly Korda supplanted her last week by winning the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. Choi had failed to finish in the top 10 in 4 of her previous 5 starts on the LPGA Tour. This week was different. She finished at 16 under, 268 for her 8th career LPGA victory. She remains at number 2 ranked. Gabby Lopez of Mexico closed with a 65, making her only bogey on the final hole. She finished alone in 3rd, 2 shots behind. Esther Henslet of Germany made consecutive birdies on the 11th and 12th hole to get within 2 shots, but on the 14th, her drive went under a tree and she had to take a penalty drop. And she lipped out a 4-foot putt and made her second double bogey of the round, falling 4 shots behind. So she made a run, but kind of fizzled out towards the end and opened the door, and Jin Young Choi hung on, I should say, for the victory. And on the European Tour, Lucas Herbert produced a brilliant battling round of 68 to win his second European Tour title in a wire-to-wire fashion at the 2021 Dubai Duty-Free Irish Open. The 25-year-old produced a wonderfully composed performance down the stretch, coming home in 33 to finish at 19 under, 3 shots ahead of Swede Rikard Karlberg and 4 ahead of American Johannes Veerman. The victory also gives Herbert a place in the field at the 2021 Open Championship, alongside Karlberg, who birdied 3 of his last 4 holes in a 67, and Veerman, who carded a 71. So congratulations to Mr. Herbert, who not only gets a title, he also gets a spot in the 2021 Open Championship, which is coming up in, 2 weeks, I think. The 15th, I believe it starts, something like that. So we are closing in quick on the last major of the year. Hard to believe it's the last major. You know, we're so used to, since they revamped the schedule a couple years ago, and then last year with COVID, everything got mixed up. But we're so used to having the Masters, and then the U.S. Open, and then the British Open or the Open Championship, and then the PGA used to be in the end of August sometime, or the middle of August, and now they've taken that, moved it to May. the PGA. So we have April, the Masters, May, the PGA, June, the U.S. Open, and July, the Open Championship. So the whole changing, flipping the PGA around gets you confused sometimes. Hard to believe that the majors will all be over, but as quick as they will be. But that's the way it's all set up now to be. So we'll have to see how that all works out. All right, let's take let's take a break and be back. All right, we're back, and now it's time to golf news of the week. Well, Bubba Watson rocked a pair of Air Jordan golf shoes that were not yet for sale. As a matter of fact, they were a pair of Air Jordans that Watson had acquired directly from Jordan himself. I know MJ pretty well, and we wear the same size, so I get a lot of his old shoes, Watson explained. Those would be size 13 for the record. Imagine getting MJ's hand-me-downs. Such is the life of Bubba Watson. A day earlier, he was grinding to make his first cut at the Rocket Mortgage Classic, overcoming a stretch of 3 bogeys in a row, with birdies on 2 of his final 4 holes to make the cut on the number at 3 under. That earned Watson an early morning tee time, and he took advantage of benign conditions and soft greens to shoot a third round 5 under 67. After battling an uncooperative putter for 2 days, he found his touch around the greens, making 4 birdies in a 5-hole stretch beginning at number 10. Watson ranks 13th on the all-time tour money list with earnings of more than $47 million. Does he need old shoes from Michael Jordan? I guess so. Look, it worked for him. So, who's to say? Who's to knock it, right? Masters champion Hideki Matsuyama has withdrew from the Rocket Mortgage Classic prior to the second round after testing positive for COVID-19. And if you remember, this is the second time somebody had to withdraw from a tournament. John Rahm, he withdrew from the Memorial a couple of weeks ago because he tested positive. His case, he was 6 strokes ahead, and it was the end of the third round. So that was really a heartbreaker. But this is bad for Matsuyama with the timing. So we'll have to see. It's going to be close, but he was disappointed to withdraw, and especially with the Open Championship coming up. It's scheduled to begin in less than 2 weeks at Royal St. George's in England. The RNA recently informed contestants of the stiff requirements. It's unclear whether the 29-year-old Japanese star will be required to self-quarantine in England upon his arrival there, given his recent case of COVID. Based on the information at hand, it would appear Matsuyama's ability to compete in the final major of 2021 potentially is in doubt. And that's kind of a shame, You win the Masters, you get more or less a free ride to all these other tournaments, and one of the majors you're going to miss because of COVID-19. But we wish him well. Hopefully he'll get some negative tests, and he'll be maybe they'll allow him to compete. And speaking of the Open Championship, it is returning after a 1-year hiatus with a significant bump in the size of the purse. The RNA announced on Wednesday that this year's prize fund will total $11.5 million, an increase from the $10.5 million doled out 2 years ago at Royal Portrush. The increase also means that the winner's payout will exceed $2 million for the first time in the history of golf's oldest major championship. Shane Lowry received $1.935 million for winning the Claret Jug in 2019, and this year's winner will earn $2.070 million at Royal St. George's. The four majors and the Players' Championship have been a bit of a purse arms race over the past decade, with almost annual increases since a joint PGA of America and PGA Tour announcement in 2013 that they were bumping the purses of two of their marquee events, the PGA Championship and the Players. They bumped the purse to $10 million. That was the first public commitment to an eight-figure total at these men's majors and the Players. That $10 million figure seems almost quaint now in 2021, with the Players boasting a massive $15 million purse, even though the no-cut WGCs now exceed that mark with purses of $10.5 million in 2021. A lot of money out there to be made in golf, and players, a lot of the tour and the reporters and the experts feel that the Players' Championship should maybe be considered as another major, and I guess they like the tradition of the four majors, don't want to add a five. But if you look at the other tours, the PGA Tour, the LPGA Tour has five majors. The PGA Tour Champions has five majors. So I think it would just boost the credibility of the Players' Championship. It may help some players that are borderline Hall of Famers if they made it a major. It would help boost their talk about getting into the Hall of Fame. May also increase, it'll increase Nicklaus and Tiger Woods' amounts of victories as well. So, and as far as majors go, so I don't know what they'll decide about that, but the money certainly is there. And though a major never was really it wasn't ever really about money with the majors. It's the prestige of winning a major, being a Masters champion, being a U.S. Open champion, being the Open champion, and a PGA Championship winner. So, lots of money to be made winning the tournament now, and also from the publicity of being that tournament's champion. Well, finally, a story for us old guys. Dick Mast is 70 years old. Dick Mast shot a 65 last Tuesday, bettering his age by 5 shots. And Mast earned a spot in the Dick's Sporting Goods Open in the Monday qualifier on Tuesday at the Links at Hiawatha Landing. He'll make his second start of the season on the PGA Tour Champions. I know the golf course pretty well, been to the qualifier, qualified a few times in the past, said Mast when reached by phone after qualifying. I made 3 birdies in a row on 12, 13, and 14, got some momentum, and then closed with an eagle on 18. Mast finished second in the qualifier. Alan McLean won a qualifier with an -8. Jean-Francois Ramsey and David Moreland earned the final 2 spots. So Dick Mast was able at age 70 to play in the Dick's Sporting Goods Open. Didn't fare all that well, but it's still just the fact that he qualified and was in it is a half the battle for us old guys. So congratulations to Dick Mast. What is it, that commercial? It says age is just a number, mine is unlisted. So I like that. All right. We'll take a momentary break and come back with the schedule right after this. All right, and we're back. And the schedule for this week, as we come crashing up to the Open Championship, the PGA is holding the John Deere Classic, and Dylan Fratelli is the defending champion there. The PGA Tour Champions is holding a major. It is the U.S. Senior Open Championship. Steve Stricker defends that tournament. LPGA is the Marathon LPGA Classic. Danielle Kang defends there. On the European Tour, they are playing the Aberdeen Standard Investments Scottish Open. So that's a big one in Scotland as they get ready for the Open Championship. And the Corn Ferry, we got to start including the Corn Ferry in these recaps. They are holding the TPC Colorado Championship with Will Zalatoris won the last that tournament, but he is now on the PGA Tour. So that is the schedule for next week in the world of golf. And I think I'm going to wrap it up for this week. I want to thank you all for listening. And I hope that you will come back again next week. And we've got a small announcement to make. We are now available on audio as well as video. So you can get the podcast at anchor.fm/chipshots if you wish to listen to the audio version of this podcast. And please don't forget to subscribe if you listen to us on iTunes or on Anchor or on Spotify, Google Play, YouTube, wherever you listen to or watch the podcast. It helps us grow the community and expand to new listeners. So that was a shorter version of Chip Shots this week. And until next time, remember, before I go, think tonight is the match at 5 o'clock, so you may want to catch that. Phil Mickelson, Bryson DeChambeau, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady be playing. So check that out. Until next time, remember, as you walk down the fairway of life, you must smell the roses, for you only get to play one round. And I'll see you next time on another edition of Chip Shots.